Hello everybody, this is Stephen Howson. This is Full Time Devils. Welcome to tomorrow's transfers today. The video where we go through all of the news in one video, so you can check it out and not have to really bother reading the newspapers tomorrow. So we've got loads of good ones today and reoccurring ones today as well. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Express are talking about Gareth Bale and Luka Modric, and they're saying Gareth Bale's been telling Luka Modric that he wants a transfer. There's also some talk as well in the Express in their transfer feed, and they're crediting Don Ballon, Adam's old mate, with saying that they think Gareth Bale has been given permission from Real Madrid to make a move, and obviously they think Manchester United are the suitors for that one. So this feels like it's warming up nicely, doesn't it? But I don't know if I'm going to get tricked with this one or there's actually anything in it, because I think when you look back at what Mourinho said, I reckon Mourinho was sort of warming up to saying, look, Gareth, if you want to come to Man United, you're going to have to come out publicly and say it, or hand a transfer request in, or something along those lines. When he spoke about him after the Real Madrid game, he said, yeah, Gareth's a good player, but he doesn't talk to me, and he seems happy in Madrid. I think that was Jose queuing up the need for Gareth Bale, if he wants to make this move happen, by saying, I want to go to Manchester United. Now, I know a lot of you guys in the comments are going to say, why bother getting Bale, get this guy or that guy? Well, sometimes it's not that simple, is it? That guy or this guy might not be available. Gareth Bale might not be available. We might be backing up the wrong tree here altogether. Gareth Bale, yes, I admit, is definitely a risk. 30-odd games a season he's probably going to play, based off his last two seasons. But we saw with Robin van Persie, correct management of an injury, and he might be all right. We've had a really good injury record, I think, under Jose Mourinho, compared to the previous seasons where he was absolutely ravaged. Even the last couple of seasons under Fergie was really bad for injuries, and I remember seeing three midfielders and one defender in defence at times under Sir Alex. So Gareth Bale, it feels like it's warming up, doesn't it? Like there's something that's about to happen, and I think Ed Woodward would probably want it because it would make that big signing that he seems to like for every single transfer window. Obviously Lukaku comes under that as well, but it seemed like United couldn't really manage the Lukaku announcement because he was in LA and all of the media team was here. It felt a little bit flat from the massive launch that we saw with Pogba. So I do wonder if there is something else that's going to be coming out from those. The next one that we've got is from IB Times, and they've got an article which is linking Zlatan, Diego Costa, and Falcao with a move to AC Milan. AC Milan absolutely blasting the cash all over the place. But honestly, Zlatan, Diego Costa and Falcao, what an unbelievable free that would have been for AC Milan in about 2012. Like, you could have one of those in your side, couldn't you, as a rotational forward. Arguably Costa could lead the line on his own, but honestly, would you really want an old strike force of that level? 2012 called and says it wants its three top strikers back. Come on, man. Not having that one. Quite a funny one. I don't think Zlatan's going to be going to AC Milan. When you actually drill down into what the article says, of course I wouldn't rule out bringing Zlatan. Which is what any manager's going to say. Of course, he wasn't saying let's go get him. The next one we're going to talk about is Perisic. Perisic has seemed to have died down over the last day or so, and it looks like what everybody's saying, this is in the Express once again, and they're saying that it looks like it's kind of dying down a little bit. There's various links. DiMarzio coming out and saying that it's going to be very difficult for a deal to get done now for Manchester United and Perisic. So it looks like this one could be cooling. It could also be a tactic from Manchester United to try and make Inter force that price down. It could be anything along those lines, couldn't it? But there's definitely some talk that might be not happening as much as we all thought it was likely to happen even a week or so ago. We got Ronaldo. Ronaldo didn't even mention Manchester United. He just said England, and that's gone for every single paper in the world. I've only seen a couple so far, but I would expect every single paper in the world to be mentioning Manchester United tomorrow. Here's what he's exactly said. He has said, I want to go to England. I never had this trouble in England. And now that has led everyone to start linking him to Manchester United. Do you guys think it's realistic? I don't think it's realistic. I think he's starting playing with us at the moment. We said this at the start of the window, didn't we? When he was angry and all this lot with Perisic and all the rest of that sort of stuff. They're just deflecting, because Ronaldo to Manchester United is bigger news and also deflects from the news that he's in trouble with the tax. I don't like being used like this. It's annoying. We got another one here from the Mail. Typical Mail article, and it's Matic has gone shopping with his missus. Because that's news in where the Mail come from. He's having a walk around Manchester doing some shopping. Amazing. Thank you for that. And we've got a genuine top story here. Juan Mata has donated 1% of his salary, and he's urging loads of other footballers to do the same to help underprivileged kids with a fantastic cause. So well done to Juan Mata for that, leading an initiative there, and one that is such a worthy cause as well. So hopefully more players do join in on that one. And if Juan Mata calls you and asks you to help out, I'm pretty sure you're going to do that, aren't you? Because there isn't a nicer man in football than Juan Mata. Apart from you guys, let's see what you guys are saying in the old comments. If he leaves Madrid, it will be United. That could be talking about Bale. That could be talking about Ronaldo. I've only seen that part so far. Still Shiny CV says 30 million max for Perisic and not a penny more. Well, Dembele they're talking about now for 70 million. So 80 million euros. Transfer fees to me at the moment, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. 80 million for a left back, allow it. What? Love Matic, saw it in Dublin, broke that girl's glasses. That girl that he broke was the wife of the Sampdoria manager, I believe, wasn't it? I think, anyway. Someone saying once you come back, you never come back. Well, that's not true, is it? We've had loads of players that have come back. There's going to be a 1 million sub reveal with producer Chris, but you're not getting to see him until then, I think. We are going for 500,000 subs. We asked you guys for some suggestions on how we can make that happen in last night's video. We had a load of good suggestions. Thank you for all of those. We are going to consider all of them, I think, apart from some of the really crazy ones. So we might not produce those. Producer Chris Nudes. I promise you, I will strip him naked at 1 million. How about that? And I'll sit him on his producer chair, and then we'll reveal him nude like that. We'll cover up his bits with a little clacker, and you can have a producer Chris reveal at 1 million subs. I promise you, if it happens this season. What do I think of the Neymar transfer? Absolutely mental. Isn't it a free transfer? People saying it's the world record transfer, but he bought himself out of his contract. I think that's the little loophole that PSG are using, I think, under financial fair play. So they can't have it both ways. They can't then say that they got the record transfer if he paid himself out of his contract, regardless of how it came about. It was a free transfer, wasn't it? Producer Chris says he'll do it for 1 million subs. Boom. If you want a naked, skinny guy with long hair, then you need to start hitting that subscribe. Make fake accounts. Don't make fake accounts. Varela is injured. We found Varela. Someone hit me up on Instagram, and I can't get it because it's on my phone. And I found Instagram. Obviously, we found Instagram. We found Varela. We have found him. Bale is not coming, says Ankush. All right, okay, cool. Just imagine if we break Neymar's transfer record with Ronaldo. Do you think Ronaldo would go for so much? I'm not sure he would go for so much. How much is Bale worth? How much is anybody worth at the moment? Honestly, if you've got Neymar going for 200 and Dembele going for 80, Real Madrid are going to want 3 figures, aren't they? Unbelievable. Where's McCullough? Hang on, I'll just see if he's in the top drawer of my desk. No, he isn't. Don't know. Varela is crap. He's leaving. Better than you, mate. That fella Varela's mint. Had a great season last year at Frankfurt. Was just a bit of a wedge, and then they flung him out, didn't they? Evra back. Yeah. I'd bring Evra back for any job whatsoever he wanted to do. I would bring him back to work on a kiosk, be a program seller, mow the lawn, play football for us. Whatever he wanted to do, I would allow it for Paddy Evra. He's absolutely top. How about both? How about relax? Bale would win us the Champions League. He would if he played, I think. Bale for 130 million. It's going to be that, isn't it? I think 100 million for Bale is fair, says Alex Rincon. It's going to be in that figure, isn't it? What's Pereira's best position? 6'10", or 6'8", or 10? Well, he's looked fantastic in the number 8, I thought. Real good footballer as a number 8, but all the way through his youth career, he was played as a left forward or as a number 10, so it's mad how cool he is adapted to playing as a number 8. Would I rather bring back Cristiano or Bale? Excuse me. I think Bale, as much as Ronaldo would be an absolute goal machine for us still, I think I'm not sure you would play him in a 2 with Lukaku. Sometimes it's not about who is the best player, because I think Ronaldo's better than Bale. Sometimes it's about who's going to fit the system better. Karaoke forever, I like it. Buy Heskey, says Donald Trump. See, that's why the world is absolutely knackered, because you're sitting here watching Full-Time Devils when you should be worrying about the nukes. Sort your life out, mate. No more than 60 million for Bale. They was going to sell their backup striker for 60, 70 million, so there's no way that we're getting Bale for anything less than a oneer, I don't think. We should get Mbappe. Oh, the price that they've been quoted for him, joking, aren't you? Poor man's Rashford. Madrid sell James and Bale. Missed that one. How much is Bebe worth? Who knows? Any news on Jadon Sancho? No, there is no news on Jadon Sancho. I guess that there's going to be some sort of movement with him. He seems really unhappy with Manchester City. He's going. He's disappearing from training and stuff. I don't like that. That's not a good sign. But he definitely seems unhappy with what's going on at Manchester City at the moment. 100 million for Ronaldo. I think it probably still would be 100 million for Ronaldo, wouldn't it? Did I see Mo Farah win? No. Super Cup prediction. I think we're going to win it, you know. I think we're going to nick it. And Jose Mourinho's going to celebrate it like he's just won the Champions League again. How much is Rashford worth in today's market? 2.7 billion. And that's because that's what Manchester United is worth. And I think Rashford is of the same sort of opinion as Paul Scholes, that you're going to have to buy the club if you want him. So 2.7 billion, which is a current value of Manchester United, if you want Marcus Rashford. Barcelona was sniffing around Rashford at the end of the season. I don't know if there was any serious interest in him or if it was just they was inquiring. But, you know, that's the level of player that he could end up being. Yes, Cameron Borthwick-Jackson appears to have been pretty much finalising a move to Leeds, which breaks my heart. It's a loan move, which might not even be a good thing, actually. It might have been better for him to go on a permanent move, but I don't think it's going to go well for him at Leeds. They're going to refer to him as a Munich, even if they're being nice to him. And I did a quick search on Twitter before, just for what Leeds fans are saying about him, and they're not being complimentary at the moment. I think he's going to be up against it from the off because he's a United player. And I do worry about that because I think he's a real good talent. And he's a talent that should be playing in the Premier League, I think. There's plenty of Premier League teams that would benefit from Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. He's a good player. And I really think he's got a good footballing brain. He's got an excellent cross. You can play him centre-half. You can play him left-back. He's physically pretty intimidating. He looks skinny, but he's pretty big, you know. I just don't think Leeds is a good move for him. I hope he does well there. And I hope it's him that does well there and then gets a move on elsewhere, because I don't want to ever see Leeds doing well. Oh, I hate Leeds. What is the news about Bale, says Proto. The news about Bale is supposedly he's WhatsApped Luka Modric, because that's the only way that they can communicate, I guess, saying that he wants a move. So obviously he gets linked to United on the back of that. That's the only place he's going to go. To be honest, I actually think it probably is the only place he would go from Real Madrid. Do we need a left back? I'm going to say no, because Mourinho doesn't really seem overly asked about it, even though it seems fairly obvious that's the place where we're probably weakest. Do I think the La Liga European dominance has ended? No. I think when Real Madrid are the reigning champions, you can't say that their dominance has ended. Between them, Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, they've had a real run of it of late, haven't they? But it doesn't really mean a great deal when you look at the dominance that English football had for a period from 2005, was it? Was it 2005 when Liverpool won? I think it was 2005. They had Liverpool in that final. Then you had Arsenal in 2006, Liverpool again in 2007, United and Chelsea in 2008. 2009 was United. 2010 there was no English team. 2011 was United. 2012 was Chelsea. So there was a period where English teams was massively featured in the semi-finals, massively featuring in finals every single season, and no one really spoke about the dominance of the Premier League and how everyone needs to start adopting what's going on in the Premier League, did they? This thing goes in cycles. I don't think it's quite ready for the Premier League to be sitting on the top of it again, but it doesn't feel far away, you know. Do I think Bale will sign? Deep down, I don't think he will, to be honest. I would love it, but I just don't think he will. Who has more talent, Martial or Rashford? Well, what's talent if it's not going to work hard? Hard-working players will outwork talented players. So it doesn't matter who has the most talent, it's who's going to do the most with it. Between 2005 and 2011, well, 2012, was it 2012 Chelsea won it? You've got to include the year that they won it. Was it 2011 they won it? Whenever they won it, anyway. No, it wasn't 2011. We was in the final in 2011. It must have been 2012. Bale has some condition which leaves him which leaves him injured all the time. And if it's true, I don't think we should spend huge numbers. Well, I think if he has, then United would find that in a medical. Someone saying, give Angel Gomez a shot instead of signing Bale. Might be a little bit giddy, that, mate, at the moment. Do I think Marshall will get his chance up front this season? I do, and I hope he does. I think he's got all the talent in the world, and I think he's just got to get games. Someone saying Mourinho is a fraud. What are you basing that on? Because I think the evidence suggests otherwise, to be honest. Lingard rumours to Barcelona. They can't afford him. Is Ashley Young injured? Thought he was leaving. I thought he was leaving as well. I'm assuming he is injured. There's only 40 likes. Really? That's absolutely disgraceful. Can we get some likes? Can we get some likes for the big fat thumb? Should I keep my hand here doing this all the way through until we get some likes? Have the likes gone up? Sanchez on a free next season. Do you think Arsenal could do that and keep Sanchez on ice for a year? South American can do some serious sulking, can't they, when they're not happy with it? I'd love Sanchez. I just think he's going City. I just can't get it out of my head, and I've got no evidence to suggest anything that he is going to City. It's just a feeling, man. It's just a feeling. Will Griezmann ever come to United? I think that we set up to go 3-5-2 this season because we thought Griezmann was coming. And I think, can you imagine that midfield three now with Griezmann and Lukaku ahead of him? Oh, that's pretty gangster, isn't it? I still think there's a little bit of work to do on the defence, but that's the sort of starting 11 where you could say we're not far off winning the Champions League, but we haven't got him. Is he coming next season? Who knows? There might have been some deal done. I don't know. Any news on Timbo? Nothing at the moment. There was obviously a bit of a link with Watford the other day. There's been a link emerging that Crystal Palace might want him. I'll happily go and fight him over him. I don't want him to go. What's our formation going to be? I think our formation is going to be fluid to who we play. He's definitely used 3-5-2 on the tour to get it into our options and to have that to be able to use when we need it. I just don't know when we're going to need it, whether it's against the bigger teams or the smaller teams. So I'm interested to see. Sancho is of City. Yeah, Sancho from City. Looks like he's leaving City, but don't know where he's going. Leo Connor, yes, Leo Connor today scored an absolutely sick solo goal. First shot was rebounded and he hit the rebound in. And a nice finish from Nissan Burkhardt. So hello to all the lads if you're watching over there in Holland, and good luck. They've got 2 games tomorrow: Borussia Mönchengladbach and Inter Milan. Win those, top the group, and a really good tournament they'll have had in the Autumn Cup. This under-18 team is super exciting. No Angel Gomez as part of the squad. Not injured as far as I'm aware. So interesting to see if there's any involvement from Angel Gomez over the next week or so with the first team. I'm gonna say no. He probably won't. But I want to know why he's not been involved with the 23s and he's not been involved with the 18s. Is Mourinho keeping him for some little secret Super Cup thing? That would be amazing, wouldn't it? What about McTominay? What about him, mate? You have to give me that. Do I think Mkhitaryan will get double figures in assists and goals? Probably not in both, but I reckon in one of them, yeah. I would hope so as well. I like the way he goes in behind Lukaku as a number 9. I like that a lot. Any news on Aurier? No, I believe, what date are we on? His hearing is going to be Monday, I think. I think you're going to hear a bit more about that from Monday. The next Ballon d'Or winner, Jesse Lingard. Anyway, Bale wouldn't be a crossing winger like we need. Probably not, no. But I think he's someone that dribbles a little bit different to everybody else. Will Demi Mitchell get a chance to play in the first team this year? Only Mourinho knows that, I think. When does Chong return? I don't know. Chong has got a pretty significant injury. I think there was talk that he might be back before Christmas. I hope so. Very exciting talent, Chong. If we got Sancho, Sancho, Gomez, Burkhardt, hell of a lineup that we've got for this year's under-18s. Hell of a lineup. What do I think of Dembele? There's a lot of talented players out there. Let's just chill. Perisic posted a photo of his son in a Dortmund shirt. Oh, there we go. That obviously means he's going Dortmund. Do I know someone inside Manchester United giving me information? Depends what you're talking about. I know some people inside Manchester United, especially when it comes to the youth. If Bale stays, maybe we'll get 2-3 good seasons from him. Maybe we'll get more. What's my opinion on the youth signings this year? Well, I haven't seen them play yet because there's not been any international clearance for Galbraith, Puigmal and Traore. So I haven't actually seen any of them three lads play. I've seen Deschamps Bernard play. Looks okay. So jury's out a little bit on those lads, but I can't wait to check them out. Puigmal, I believe, Arnau Puigmal, the Spanish lad, has got a lot of hype around him. Coming from Spain. But like I said, I haven't seen him. I'm not going to sit here and give you an opinion on a player that I've not seen in the flesh. I don't think that's fair. So I'm going to wait till I've seen him play, and then I'll give you my opinion on him. I did see the Brazilian lad play at Lincoln a couple of weeks ago, the 16-year-old who scored 200 goals. Big futsal player. Gabardini, is he? Can't remember his name now. Young 16-year-old Brazilian lad. He didn't get any time on the ball whatsoever, so I can't really tell you whether he's any good or not. He came on. Brandon Williams came on. Brandon Williams absolutely lit it up. So Brandon Williams really stole the spotlight from him when he came on. Who will be the next biggest talent? Well, there's a young lad that's an under 16 at the moment, absolutely tearing it up in the under 18s, and that's Mason Greenwood. He's definitely one to keep an eye on. Sancho is better than Gomez. I said this the other day, I think he's probably better. He's different. He's a little bit different. I think he's more dangerous than Gomez because just of the speed that he possesses, and it makes you almost hold your breath when you're watching him every time he gets the ball in that final third because you feel like something's going to happen. Those players are rare. Gomez might have the best touch I've seen from a footballer. Unbelievable close control because that's his game. Now when you link Gomez and Sancho together like we see for England, that's unbelievable. I would love to see him at United. Not sure it's going to happen. I think he's probably going to go back to London by all accounts. Sanchez and Bale would be the dream. I don't think it would. I think Sanchez and Bale would upset the rhythm of the team. I think there's room for one of them to come in and really do well, but I don't think you're getting both. What position is Sancho? Like a left forward. Similar to the way Martial kind of plays. Just he's smaller and he's absolutely lightning fast. I mean, Martial's fast, but this guy seems aggressively fast and seems to get through. He's absolutely lethal. I think he scored 15 goals from the wing in like 18 games or something for City last season. James has gone to Bayern, correct. Will Ryan Giggs manage the team this season? I think he's trying. I definitely think he's trying to get a job. I think he's trying to get the best job he can get, I think, at the moment. I reckon Gomez is a little overrated, but still an unbelievable player. How'd you work that out, mate? He's just become the 4th youngest Manchester United player behind Duncan Edwards. How can you say he's overrated? Duncan Edwards would arguably have gone and won a Ballon d'Or. I think he'd come 2nd or 3rd. As a teenage defender, come 2nd or 3rd just prior to his untimely death at Munich. And now you've got a young lad that the coaches at Manchester United think he might be the best we've ever produced, and they don't say that lightly. Think of some of the players that have come through Manchester United. The things that they say about Gomez might be the best ever, and so far he's impressing at every single level. Did he look out of place as a 16-year-old that's this big, playing in the first team when he came on for Wayne Rooney? Can you guys actually say that he was a downgrade on Wayne Rooney? Because I think he actually played better than Wayne Rooney in that game against Crystal Palace. I thought he improved us. That being said, I don't think he's going to get much game time this year because I think it's so important for him and his development and the under-18s and under-19s to have really good seasons, and that's what I'd really like to see. The Ballon d'Or wasn't around in Edwards' time. It was the European Player of the Year, which was the precursor for the Ballon d'Or. And if you go on the Ballon d'Or history, it goes all the way back to that time. So I'll accept your apology. Martial and Lukaku as a striker duel, I wouldn't mind seeing it. Do we have the best midfield three in the Prem? Yeah, I'd stack it up against them. Absolutely. Do you guys think who's the best midfield three in the Prem? Thank God for Nicky Butt. Is it Nicky Butt though? I know he's the academy director. But I'm not sure how much his involvement is there, to be honest. The fantasy football code keeps getting put in, so you can find that out. You can come and join us on there. Any news about the rumoured Dybala links? I haven't seen any Dybala links. My only concern with Angel is his height. I believe he's 5'6". Be nice if he gets to about 5'8", but not essential. I don't think his height is anything. Is Fudgy in the house? I haven't seen him. I don't think his height's a massive issue. I think his height is a massive asset. I reckon he probably weighs about 8.5 stone top. And that gives him an unbelievable agility. When you're playing in that final third, or even approaching in that final third, when you're coming up against 14 stone defenders that are 6'3", they can't even dream of the agility that a 5'6", 5'7" guy has got. The guy gets fouled for his entire footballing career. So that's not going to change when he gets into the first team. He might actually get extra protection from referees subconsciously noticing how small he is when he gets absolutely clattered. So I gotta say, I think he would be a success if he was given the opportunities to now, because I think his lightning agility and close control means that I don't see Angel Gomez run. Let me just say this right. I do not see Angel Gomez run with the ball. He walks because he doesn't need to run. Because anyone who comes near him, he just changes the direction of the ball and he's away from them. And he doesn't need to run because he's faster than you and he's more agile than you. And he can take 15 touches and twist you in knots before you've even had a chance to think about it. That is what Angel Gomez brings. And I think to say that he's overrated is absolute nonsense, to be honest. Absolute nonsense. But anyway, thank you guys for joining us. Hope you go and enjoy the rest of your Friday evening, no matter what you're up to. Super Cup is so close. We're going for 500k before the end of the season. We're getting it all out there for the start of the season. That is our target. We might get it, we might not get it, but with you guys' help, I should hope that we can get it. So keep your suggestions coming. We're going through all of them. Yeah, do you know what? Maybe if we get 500k, maybe me and Adam will go clean shaven for a month. How about that? There's an incentive for you, isn't it? So tell your friends, tell your wife, tell your neighbours, milkman, whatever. Thank you for joining in, and we'll see you soon. Laters.